Welcome to the first official podcast of The Real NBA Bunker, brought to you by Samuel Finlay. There'll be 2 podcasts weekly, both Wednesdays and Fridays. Each podcast will focus on one issue from the NBA, which I think is necessary to talk about. Before I start, I'd just like to give a shout out to NBA.com and ESPN.com. They're 2 very reliable sources that I use to get most of my information. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Today's topic is going to be on the team that everybody thought were obviously going to be better than they are so far. The team that was hyped throughout the preseason as the team to beat. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. They signed Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James. I'm talking about the Miami Heat. The Heat's record right now is 8-6. I didn't think it was going to be, and I'm sure barely any people did. And you can tell they're struggling right now. And I think it's got to do with a lack of a point guard and an inside presence. Now, Carlos Arroyo starts at the point for him. And he's a good point guard. I'm not taking anything away from him. But he's not a starting point guard that's going to run a team. I think when Chalmers comes back from injury, we've seen a little bit of him, not heaps, he should be able to give some structure to this Heat team. No one's going to lead them because LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh are their true leaders. But the Heat need someone to just coordinate the offense. And hopefully Chalmers can do that because Arroyo, he's a backup. He's not a starter. Udonis Haslem is now injured for the Heat, and that hurts him a lot. Although they have signed Eric Dampier, and he should give them some more inside presence. Because Big Z, as big and tall as he is, he's not a dominating inside big that's going to get rebound after rebound. Anthony does it sometimes, but they need some more consistency. Not only out of the bigs or out of the point guard, out of everyone, and as collectively as a team. We've seen the Heat struggle recently, losing to Memphis on the buzzer when Rudy Gay hit the game winner, and then getting blown out by the Pacers. Come on, the Pacers? Really? And my question is, will the Heat bring Pat Riley back as head coach? I don't know whether or not it's a good idea. Well, that's enough negativity about the Heat. They're definitely a capable team, and they're just struggling recently. I mean, 8-6, that's not a bad record, really. I think the problem is people hyped them up to be a team that was going to be unbeaten so far, or only have lost 1 game. We saw most of the players, coaches from the Heat, say it wasn't going to be easy for them to be great straight away. But I think they thought they'd be better right about now. But like I said, no need to panic. They're a capable team, and I'm sure they're going to get better as the season goes along. If they make the playoffs, which I'm sure they will, they're going to be a nightmare for any team. They still are a nightmare for any team. But with that said, I think they will struggle in the playoffs if they face the Celtics. The Celtics have had them covered quite easily, I think, in their last 2 meetings this season so far, as the Celtics have won both games. And, if they play each other, I think the Heat are really going to struggle to get a win. It kind of annoyed me how coming into the season, there was a lot of talk over the Heat being the team to beat. To me, they weren't the team to beat at all. The team to beat were the Los Angeles Lakers because they were last year's champions. And until another team becomes champions, the Lakers are going to be the team to beat, not the Miami Heat. Going back to the Heat, they're clearly the most hated team in the league. And I think that's a problem. Well, I think what a problem was how they went about signing the free agents when they had that big induction ceremony or whatever you want to call it. Teams saw that and didn't like it. Every time a team plays the Miami Heat, they're going to bring a little bit extra effort than they would against any other team because they want to be able to say, I've beaten LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. I've beaten the team that everyone thought was going to be so good. Teams are going to be more passionate against the Miami Heat, and that's what we're seeing so far. Here's what Chris Bosh and LeBron James had to say on the Heat so far.
We all came into this situation. We all knew that it wasn't going to be an easy road. So we have to embrace the fact that it's not easy. I mean, I don't think we won it if it wasn't easy right now. So we just have to keep pressing, keep playing, find out what we're doing wrong, and just make the change aggressively. This is what it is at this point. And the only way we can figure it out if we collectively do it.
Well said by Chris Bosh and King James. I'm sure the Heat are going to turn this round. I mean, come on, 8-6. It's not too bad. And as soon as they start becoming consistent, every NBA team's going to want to watch out. Anyway, thanks for listening to the first official podcast of the Real NBA Bunker. Hopefully I have another one by Friday, so stay tuned. I'm out.